So many of the health issues today can be easily prevented by just making some healthier nutritional choices.
Hi everyone, if you're new to my channel, my name is Ben and I am a resource to migrants and newcomers to Canada. So in today's video, I'll be hosting one of the best healthy and happiness coach here in Edmonton to tell us a little bit about how living a healthy lifestyle looks like here in Canada. Enjoy.
So my name is Lindsay. I'm a health and happiness coach. I work with women to create and embody the healthy lifestyle that they desire through mindset, nutrition, and fitness. I grew up in a really healthy household. My mom really cared about the quality of food that we ate. She always had us eating our fruits and veggies. But as a teenager, I was away from home more and I started to develop more unhealthy habits in terms of what I was eating, how much and how often. So that led to some health issues in my 20s and a lot of additional weight gain. And my solution for that at the time was to go into restrictive dieting. And that just never works well. I ended up with a lot more health issues. I had heartburn and stomach issues and eventually ended up with asthma as well because of the heartburn. So living a healthy lifestyle is really important to me because it changed all of that. I had a huge realization of just how easy it was to avoid having those things in my life just by making some simple nutritional changes and including regular exercise. I now feel so much more happier and stronger than I've ever been before, and I know I can look forward to enjoying that for long into my life. So the healthiest foods are going to be the ones that are the least processed versions of the food sources. So that's going to be your whole meats, fruits, vegetables, grains, and legumes. Understanding how to read a nutritional label can be really helpful. There's a lot of information on there, but a good starting place would be to read the ingredients. What's in it? Can you pronounce the words that are on there? If not, then it might be a food you want to limit in your diet. You can also go to foodguidecanada.com for more information about nutrition labels, and they also have some really good examples of what a healthy diet can look like. So the healthiest version of meat is always going to be that least processed version of it. That means limiting things like breakfast sausages, hot dogs, sandwich meat, just to name a few. Other than that, all the different kinds of meats have a place in a healthy diet. I would just say to be mindful on how much of the fattier meats that you're taking in, particularly with red meats, because they have a lot more saturated fats, and saturated fats can raise your cholesterol and increase your risk of heart disease. The best diet option is going to be different for everyone. Some factors that will change this is a person's genetics, their personal likes and dislikes, and their food intolerances. Some guidelines that are going to apply to any diet, though, are going to be things like including a variety of whole food sources, like we mentioned before, and getting enough protein. A lot of people aren't getting enough protein in their diet, and we need this for a lot of the functions in our body. Also, getting enough fiber. Fiber is important for our digestive system and our gut health. So an unhealthy diet can have some big implications. Our body needs quality nutrients to perform at its best. And when we don't get that, we can start to see some issues in our digestive system, our immunity, with our joints and muscles, even our brain function. So many of the health issues today can be easily prevented by just making some healthier nutritional choices. And if you combine that with regular exercise, you've got a recipe for an awesome life. So when it comes to unhealthy foods, there's definitely some that are worse than others, like the high sugar foods or those really low quality, heavy fatty foods. But I think there's two really important factors that people can look at that are more important here. And that is, how much of the foods are you eating and how does your body respond to them? When it comes to how much, I like to apply an 80-20 rule here. So that just means getting the majority of your foods from those whole food sources. And then you have that 20% to be a little bit more flexible. For how your body responds to the foods, I like to encourage my clients to fine-tune their diets and start paying attention to certain things like, how do you feel after you eat that food? Do you feel overly bloated? Do you feel signs of inflammation? Are you getting heartburn or indigestion? How are your bowel movements? And even, do you feel sluggish long after eating those foods? Maybe even into the next day. If you feel any of these things eating certain foods, it might be a good reason to either limit or completely eliminate those foods from your diet. So micronutrients are the vitamins and minerals that our body needs to perform at its best. Micronutrients support our growth, our immunity, our ability to repair and recover from injury, and really so much more. We get micronutrients from the foods we eat, and there's a lot of different kinds. So it's, again, important to get that variety of whole foods in your diet. One tip I like to give for getting maximum micronutrients is to focus on eating the rainbow. What I mean by this is, when you're at the grocery store, be intentional about getting different colors, fruits and veggies. Get some red, some yellow, some blue, some purple, mix it up and have fun with it. If someone wanted to get in touch with me about anything I mentioned here, or really anything nutrition or fitness related, they can find me on Instagram and Facebook. I've also recently launched my website, so that's a place that people can go to stay tuned for more health-related content.